As far as restaurant work goes, I have about, in total, like maybe pushing 4 years of experience if you count fast food. I worked about like 3.5 years in fast food and about like 6, 7 months at an actual restaurant as a server. And in all my time working in a restaurant field, in all my time, not one person has Karened out on me. Not one. Until recently, but this lady wasn't Karening out on me directly. She was Karening out on my managers about me over the phone. Apparently, she called numerous times within this past couple of days for a follow-up. I don't understand why. Like, I don't know if she wants like a food voucher or if she wants them to like, reprimand me or fire me or what. But let me tell you what happened. So, the other night, it was just me and my manager working, right? And we had quite a few people to take care of. There's no set bartender, so each of us have to do like all of it for our table. We have to take the orders, we have to make the drinks, we have to run the food, we have to do all of it. We have to pre-bus, there's no bar back. We have to do everything, right? No problem with that at all. That's a part of the job, right? And in my opinion, I think it's pretty cool because it justifies our tips. You know what I mean? But anyways, no. So I had a table of 3 and a table of 10. The table of 3 is the main focus here because there was this one lady out of those 3 people, and for like pretty much the lady ordered a medium rare filet mignon with a side of mashed potatoes and shrimp with garlic cream sauce on top of the actual filet mignon, right? And I brought the entire order for that table out to them, and I had to tend to my 10 top. So, I had to make several cocktails, I had to take a really lengthy food order, and I had to, put it into the system. So I didn't have a lot of time to actually check to see if the food was okay. The only thing I was able to do was be like, hey guys, okay, here's your food. Is there anything else I can bring out for you? They're like, no, we're okay, right? So, yeah, I did whatever I could there. And it was brought to my attention. I'm trying to remember because it was really busy, so I don't know if I actually walked up to the table to check on them or if my manager came up to me and said, hey, your table needs you. But either which way, I went to that table and the lady said, hey, my filet mignon was cooked a little too much. And I was like, oh, that is not medium rare. And she's like, yeah, I ordered medium rare. You probably put in medium well. And I was like, oh, no, ma'am, I put in medium rare. It's literally in the system as medium rare, right? I wrote it down after I heard it. I repeated it to her. I typed it into the system, filet mignon, medium rare, right? So, she ate like a piece of it and left the rest of it alone. I was like, all right, okay, let me see what I can do about it. I'll talk to my manager and see what we can do to make it right. I also noticed that she ate all the shrimp on the steak as well as, got into the garlic cream sauce and ate some of the mashed potatoes, right? So, I picked up the entire plate. I was like, all right, let me see what I can do. I took the plate over to my manager, and while he was busy, and I asked him, hey man, she said her filet mignon was cooked a little too much. What should I do? And he said, okay, just take it to the, she ate the shrimp, so just ask the kitchen to make another one, but medium rare, right? So I was like, all right, cool. So I brought it over to the kitchen. And I was like, hey guys, so she said her steak was cooked a little too much. Could you cook it like with more red? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. We can't make, did she eat all that shrimp? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, well, we can't remake the shrimp. She ate all of it. So let's just remake the steak. I was like, all right, cool. That's fine, right? So I came back out. I refilled their drinks. Mind you, I refilled their drinks. She had sparkling water. I refilled it like about twice whenever it'd go empty with whatever time I had, right? So, anyways, I bring her filet mignon. Now, I didn't mention, she dug into her mashed potatoes a little bit, but she didn't seem like she was that happy with it. So I just kind of chucked the mashed potatoes because she didn't object or anything. I brought her a whole new roll of silverware and everything. So, anyway, so no, I just bring her a small plate with the filet mignon on it, remade and everything. And yeah, she didn't really eat it that much. But they did eat dessert after that. They had 2 things, like 2 glasses of ice cream and a piece of chocolate cake. So they seemed fine with the dessert, and she asked for a to-go container for her filet mignon when they were cashing out, right? And I was like, yeah, of course, I gotcha. And I apologized numerous times, by the way. I apologized like 2 or 3 times. Hey, I apologize for the whole filet mignon thing. I did ring it in medium rare. Just thank you for bringing that to my attention. Whatever. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. But she was giving weird energy. So I was like, all right, it's whatever. I thought it was just me being awkward, and she was like responding to my awkward energy. But nah, maybe it was something else. Anyways, so they pay out. And her husband, who paid out, left me like a $60 tip. I was like, dude, you didn't have to do that. But anyways, so I thought that was the end of that. It was not. It was not, because she called the next day, and apparently today too, numerous times, trying to get a hold of the manager that I was working with that night. She straight up was making things up. She said I spit in her mashed potatoes while I was talking, and she also said I did not refill her sparkling water one time. That's a damn lie. What are you trying to get out of this? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I can understand not being pleased with your filet mignon, but like, that has nothing to do with me. Like, I don't know, like, should I have like cut into it to like, that would have been kind of weird. I didn't want you to think your steak was tampered with or anything, like, I just run the food out, man, like, I make the drinks, I take the food order, and I run it out. Like, I don't know what she wants, and she was apparently going in. She was going in, like, saying all this, like, stuff, like, accusing me of all these things. It's like, dude, I treated you no different than I treat anybody else. What was I supposed to have done? Like, I can't pay for that filet mignon. I can't, because it's a whole $50 dish for that measly piece of steak and the mashed potatoes and the shrimp with the garlic. All that entire plate, $50. You expect me to pay for that? Like, when it wasn't even my fault? Like, I'm not trying to, like, shit on the kitchen, pardon my language. I'm not trying to talk bad about the kitchen or anything, but that was out of my control. There's not a whole lot I could have done about that. And I don't know, man. It was so weird. Like, what are you trying to get out of calling my management? What's the big idea? And apparently, according to the manager, like, okay, so according to the manager I talked to that also talked to her, apparently the lady even said that her husband said it's not that big of a deal. Apparently, right? So I was like, yeah, please listen to your husband, okay? Life is not completely perfect. I'm sorry that happened. I did whatever I could. I brought you out a whole new steak. I had to talk to the kitchen about it. You know what I mean? Like, but apparently, after she took the filet mignon home, the piece that we gave her, she said it was so uncookable that she had to throw it away. And that's unfortunate. But you still got a free filet mignon out of that, I guess. Like, you got, I guess, like a 25% of a free filet mignon. It's like, there's no way that the restaurant can comp that. We can discount that. But even then, right, we were busy. We couldn't figure it out. I did my best. I talked to my manager, tried to figure out what was going on. But, nah, so I had to talk to my general manager about it. She talked to the owner about it. I'm not going to elaborate anymore. All I'm going to say is I'm not losing my job, which is good. Knock on wood. But it's so ridiculous, man. Like, why are you calling repeatedly? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? Like, if you really want my job, dude, like, it's not even that deep, dude. It's just some steak that was cooked a little too much. And the thing is, too, right? Mind you, earlier I said I threw the mashed potatoes away. So you're telling me, like, okay, it wasn't clear when she said I apparently spit in the mashed potatoes, like when I was talking, right? Because I didn't even say that much. Like, all I did, like, if it was the time when I was delivering the food to the table, right, laying it down, I was like, this is for you, this is for you, and this is for you. Right? Why did you still take bites out of that? And not only that, right? If it was when I picked up the plate, I threw it away. That's the only thing I could have possibly done wrong, was throwing the mashed potatoes away. That's the only thing I personally could have done wrong, was just throwing that out. And even then, right? Don't you think I did you a favor? If I supposedly spit in it? Like, I didn't spit in it, I don't think. I was dehydrated. I didn't drink any water yesterday. Like, I literally had no time to drink any water. I was taking care of 13 people, you know? And I didn't really talk to anybody. It was just like, hey, you guys need anything? All right, whatever. It wasn't too much talking. It was just me going out and doing, you know? And it's just ridiculous, man. Life's just like that sometimes, you know? It just sucks to see, like, because I'm part of me thinks that she wants my job. Part of me thinks that. I don't know the whole story. I don't know the whole picture. All I know is that she said I never refilled her drinks. All I know is that she said the filet mignon was uncookable, so she threw it away. And all I know is that she said I spit in her mashed potatoes. And that her husband said it wasn't that big of a deal, I guess. But I feel like she was just... I'm very convinced that she was making that up. Because I would have noticed if any of my spit flew in there. I would have noticed. Like, excuse me. I literally try my best 1,000% of the way. I maintain my situational awareness no matter what. Whether it's someone trying to walk past me, get past me to get somewhere else or whatever. Or like, you know, I keep an eye out on the food to see like, okay, is there hair in here? Does this look okay? Is this presentable? I would have noticed if I would have spat in that. Right? I would have. Because there was a time where I even spat in my own food on accident. And I noticed that and even I was like, okay, all right. That was weird. I mean, it's my spit. And that was like the best meatball sandwich I've ever had. Point being, there's just no pleasing some people, I guess. I don't know. But I guess this is still an ongoing situation right now. The owner and my general manager talked about it. I'm not in trouble or anything. I talked to them about it, and they're like, dude, like, you're literally, like, one of the best employees we have here. You know, like, this was not even... It was less of a you problem, more of, like, you know, the kitchen. But even then, right, you know, they still worked hard. They still tried their best, you know? No, it's not. That's about it. It's just ridiculous, man. I guess in the coming days, I'm going to see what comes out of this because, Lord, man, I apologize numerous times. Her husband even tipped me $60. It was a $250, like, tab, man. It was a $250 bill, and he gave me $60. He didn't have to do that. If it was that big of a deal, he would have tipped me way less. Okay? Let's just be honest about it. Even if he was well off, right? I've served people. When I first started off working in any kind of dining establishment, I've served people that were well off, right? And they've tipped me like, what, 10, $15? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not complaining about that or anything. But they were capable of doing more. And it was from all kinds of backgrounds, right? So, you know, I mean, if it was that big of a thing, I imagine he wouldn't have tipped me $60. That's a lot of money to be tipping somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what happened today. I just can't believe that she was calling my job repeatedly over this. Like, dude, what's done is done. Don't you have better things to do? Don't you have some grass to go touch? Don't you have a job? You know what I mean? Like, how is this affecting you on such a deep level that you're taking time out of your day to keep calling my work, harassing my managers? That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Call one time. Maybe twice. Maybe. Right? Twice is a little stretch, right? Like, just wait until we get a hold of you if it's that big of a deal. I don't know. Maybe I'm just loopy. I've been kind of venting, I guess. It's just, nah, man. I got sent home early today. Completely, oh crap. On a completely unrelated note, it's because we're training somebody new. But, you know, we got like 4 people already on the clock. And today, the weather's been kind of like, blah, blah, blah. So, you know. But, yeah, anyways, nah. Sometimes life ain't fair. Sometimes your steak isn't cooked how you'd like it. But, I don't know. All right. See you guys.